She wanted everyone to laugh at me. And they did. Until the screen lit up. I'll never forget the sound of her laugh that night. It wasn't the sweet one I used to love, the one that came out when we danced in the kitchen, or when she stole fries off my plate. No, this was different. Sharper, louder, cruel. The kind of laugh that echoed through a room full of people who thought humiliation was entertainment. I'd spent the entire week helping her plan that party. It was supposed to be small, a little celebration for her promotion. Dinner with coworkers, a few friends, some music. She told me, "Nothing fancy, babe. Just help me set up the projector and maybe bring that pasta you make." I did everything she asked. I even ironed my best shirt, the one she used to say made me look respectable. Funny word, respectable. You don't hear it much when your wife starts flirting with her boss in front of everyone. The night began normally. Drinks, laughter, polite clapping after her short thank you speech. But when the music started, she was already on her second glass of wine. Her cheeks were red, her words a little slurred, just enough to sound careless. "Oh, come on, Mark," she said, waving me over to the center of the room. "Tell them the story. The one about the time you tried to fix the dishwasher yourself." Everyone chuckled. I smiled tightly, tried to brush it off. "But she wasn't done. You should have seen him," she said, putting her hand on her boss's arm. "He nearly flooded the kitchen. I swear, sometimes I wonder how he survives without instructions." The room burst into laughter. Even her boss laughed. She covered her mouth, pretending to regret it, but her eyes sparkled with amusement. I laughed along. That's what you do when your wife wants an audience. But inside I was burning. It wasn't about the dishwasher. It was about the months of distance. The late-night work meetings. The smell of cologne on her blazer that wasn't mine. The way she always left her phone face down, I'd known for a while. I just hadn't said anything. I looked at her. How free she seemed, how sure I'd never say a word. That's when I made my choice. If she wanted an audience, she'd get one. I waited. I smiled through another joke. Another little dig about how I couldn't handle real work. Then I quietly stepped away toward the table with my laptop. The projector was already connected. She'd asked me earlier to make sure it worked for her slideshow. Only now I had a different presentation. A few days before, I'd found her messages. At first, I thought it was just casual talk, work banter. Then I read the lines that burned into my skull. "Can't wait till he's asleep again. You looked so good in that hotel mirror. We should have done it sooner." The name on the other side wasn't unfamiliar. It was her boss, the same man now laughing beside her. I saved everything. Screenshots, timestamps, even voice notes. I sat at the table, pretending to check the playlist. My hands were steady. My heart wasn't. She looked over, annoyed. "Mark, what are you doing?" "Don't mess with the music!" she shouted, laughing. Her friends giggled. "Just a quick surprise," I said. "You'll love it." I hit play. The lights dimmed. The projector flickered. The first image appeared on the screen, her text. "You make me feel alive again." Then his reply. "He'll never know." The laughter stopped instantly. She turned around, her smile fading as fast as the color in her face. "Mark, what is this?" she whispered. I didn't answer. The next slide showed a photo, her, sitting on a hotel bed, wearing the same dress she had on tonight. Gasps filled the room. Her boss stepped back, muttering something, his face white as paper. The room went silent except for the faint hum of the projector fan. I didn't yell. I didn't gloat. I just watched. Every face that had laughed at me now stared at her. Every smirk turned into shock. When the slideshow ended, I closed the laptop and stood up. "She wanted everyone to laugh," I said quietly. "I just made sure they laughed at the right story." Then I walked toward the door. No shouting, no tears. Just silence, following me out of the room like a shadow. Before I left, I looked back once. Her eyes were filled with something between fear and regret. But I wasn't staying to read it. I was done being the punchline. I was finally the author of my own ending. The night air hit my face as I stepped outside. But even that cold couldn't calm what was burning inside me. I sat in the car for a long time, watching the house through the windshield. The laughter inside turned into murmurs. Then confusion. Then silence. I could see shadows moving near the windows, people leaving quietly, avoiding eye contact, as if guilt itself might stick to them if they looked too long. I didn't drive away immediately. I just let it sink in. Every word, every smirk, every time she rolled her eyes at me in public, I'd spent years being her stability, her silent audience, her loyal partner. Somewhere along the way, I became invisible, a background character she could mock to make herself shine brighter. I thought about how things used to be when we first met. She was sharp, funny, full of energy. We'd stay up until 3 a.m., talking about dreams and plans, about opening a cafe or traveling through Europe. I used to look at her and feel proud that she chose me. I was the guy who fixed things, the one she called her rock. I didn't realize rocks could be stepped on. When the front door opened, she ran out barefoot, heels clattering behind her. "Mark, wait," she shouted. "I didn't even look at her. You humiliated me," she cried, her voice breaking. The irony almost made me laugh. "You humiliated yourself," I said flatly. "I just provided the lighting." She grabbed the door handle, trying to open it, but I'd locked it. Her makeup was smeared. Her perfect composure, "I gone. Please, we need to talk." "You don't understand." It wasn't what it looked like. The oldest lie in history. It was exactly what it looked like, I said, and what it sounded like, and what it read like. I started the engine. She slammed her palm against the window. "Don't you dare leave me like this, Mark. Everyone saw! You ruined me!" I turned to her and said the only truth left between us. "You did that the moment you laughed at me." Then I drove away. I didn't go home. I went to a quiet parking lot behind the diner we used to visit on Sundays. The same place where we'd once planned our future over pancakes and cheap coffee. Now it just felt like a graveyard of good memories. I sat there for hours, replaying the night in my head, the way her boss looked, the way she froze when the screen changed, the way the crowd's laughter died like air leaving a balloon. I didn't feel proud. There was no victory in it. Just relief. Relief that I didn't have to pretend anymore. The mask had dropped, for both of us. Because sometimes silence doesn't mean weakness. It's where strength finally learns to speak. Subscribe for more stories like this, because sometimes the quietest revenge is simply moving on.